And we are live. And I remember to turn my microphone on. Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Williams. I am absolutely thrilled tonight to be hosting the Books and Bricks Global Telethon. Now, as many of you know, Books and Bricks is a tremendous organization full of volunteers who do wonderful work educating kids in Kenya. There are three main thrusts of the organization: providing scholarships for children, and continuing that education all the way up through college, building buildings, libraries, etc. They are now working on their second library, if I'm understanding correctly, and providing supplies, school books, etc., like the ones you see in the photos behind me. So tonight, we are hoping to get to $45,000. And this is the first telethon we've ever done. Why? Well, because as everyone, I don't know, breaking news, I don't know if you've heard, but there's a virus going around. So the coronavirus, of course, inhibits your opportunity to have a fundraising dinner. For years, Books and Bricks has had a wonderful dinner with some amazing people cooking some amazing African food. Boy, I miss that. I've been thinking about goat all day. I don't think we eat enough goat, quite frankly. But when this is all over, and if you're in Seattle and you get a chance in October, the first Saturday I think it is in October, to go and attend a Books and Bricks charity fundraising dinner, do it. But for now, this is what we have. And we are going to try and get to $45,000 today in order to educate kids in Kenya. So I appreciate everyone joining. Again, my name is Kevin Williams. This is a telethon to raise money for the charity Books and Bricks Global. If you'd like to donate, it's very simple. Just go to booksandbricks.org/donate. You see the link right there. If you go to booksandbricks.org, then you'll see the big donate button in the corner, or just type in the whole address there and you can do that. If you're outside the United States, it's not a problem. The regular donation button where it says donate online now, that might not work for you. I'm going to show you how you can donate. Give me 1 second. I'm the only one here. Strangely, I couldn't get anyone to come and join me in this tiny studio that I have, because of the virus. But here we are. There it is right there. Once you hit the donate button on booksandbricks.org, there is a second button underneath the donate online now button that allows you to donate using PayPal. If you live outside the United States, that's how you can donate. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you where we are in our donation target. Got one of those fundraising goals things. A bunch of wonderful people helped raise money on my birthday when I did a broadcast. And so we're a little bit of the way there. We're trying to get to 100% of our goal, and you can make that happen. So if you've been waiting for this opportunity, if you've been waiting for this telethon to happen, go do it. I have the phone ready. I have Allie standing by, and I have Janet working on the donations as well. These are people some of you may know if you're already a donor. They're wonderful people who volunteer their time and spend so much time and effort putting something like this together. So without all that much ado, because I'm not really sure what ado is, we are going to go right to the welcome from our chairman as soon as I can get to it right here. Here we go. This is the chairman.
Welcome to all, no matter where you are in the great, wide, and wonderful world in which we live today, complete with all its changes and challenges. I'm J.D. Godwin, Chair of the Board of Books and Bricks Global. Some may want to say that this is our first annual virtual meeting. To that I would say, please God, let it not be so. While I'm thankful for each of you who has joined us this evening, I am profoundly aware that virtual gathering is no real substitute for the real thing, for human interaction, the human touch, for which so many of us long these days. So I trust that by this time next year, we will be able to see each other in the flesh and enjoy table fellowship one with another. Schools in Kenya, like so many around the globe, have opened online, and that fact brings us new and exciting opportunities to make enduring differences in the lives of so many young people and the remote areas in and around Kitui County, Kenya. We know that there are many, many peoples and places that are in need these days, and which are clamoring for your discretionary dollars. Since coming to St. John the Baptist Episcopal Church, Seattle in 2013, David and I have taken great joy in being active financial supporters of the ministry and work of Books and Bricks Global. We've helped you provide educational supplies and experiences for students of all ages, and we've assisted in funding several libraries. A special joy for us recently has been the opportunity to provide additional financial support for the administration expense of our local office here in Seattle as sustaining members, thus assuring that none of the funds given for the benefit of our supported students, teachers, and schools will need to be diverted to our cost of operation. We have not yet reached our goal of having at least 40 sustaining members, and so I urge your attention to this possibility. A per-person donation of only $25 a month or $300 per year will help keep BBG up and running. With the opening of this school year, your financial support is most urgently needed to help our students learn in a drastically changed environment. We need to secure funding in the amount of $6,000 for computers or laptops for our 20 college-level students. This is new funding in the amount of $300 per computer and is in addition to the monies so many of you already provide for high school and college students' education. We've also launched a new program called Learn Anywhere that enables learning outside the physical classroom via murals and other visual aids designed and painted in public spaces. You'll hear more about this program later. We know that many of you, our faithful donors, may be facing financial stresses during the complications of living in the age of COVID-19. Please know that whatever you can do to help keep the work of Books and Bricks Global healthy and growing is appreciated. If you have the ability to give more, either as a sustaining member or a one-time gift of one or more computers, whatever you can give, we're grateful. There are two promises I can make. The first promise is this: I know of few other places where every single dollar you give can do so very much good. Imagine that only $112 a year provides for a high school student to complete that year. Or for another student, he or she can attend 4 years of college for a total of $6,000. And the second promise is this, and it comes from our hearts, David's and mine. That is the deep and abiding joy in knowing that our giving, sometimes sacrificial giving, really does make a difference. This is a very exciting time for Books and Bricks Global and for our work in Kenya. I'm even more excited than ever for the future of our schools and students. And more than that, I'm excited for the world into which they are moving and of which they will soon be leaders. Thank you, one and all, for your gifts of grace and from gratitude on behalf of our students in Kitui County, Kenya.
And my microphone is back. There's going to be hitches tonight, folks. There's going to be things that don't quite work the way they're supposed to go, which is fine. The key here is that we raise the money for those people. Right there. That's one of the libraries. Right there. This is one of the libraries that they built. It costs about $10,000 to build the library. And if you don't have the $10,000, every little drop goes into the bucket. And things like this can happen. And amazing people make that happen. One of the ways we can make that happen, and for you to get something out of it besides the goat that we're all missing this year, is we have a live auction this year for a place on Kauai. It's called Pono Kai. It's a condo resort, and it actually belongs to my father. So he is auctioning off a week at the Pono Kai. And the way to get in on the auction is to write your bid to a very long email address, and I'll tell you that in a second, and it's on your screen down below. You'll see it, and it'll also be on your screen when I show you some photos, or at least a video that Pono Kai has put together on Kauai. Now, Kauai is the oldest of the Hawaiian Islands, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You can only live on about 2% of it because nature has had its way with the rest of it. Of course, it's volcanically based, and the Nepali coast on the west side of the island, those are the cathedral cliffs that you see when the helicopters fly into the jungle in Jurassic Park. It's just it's maybe the most beautiful place on the planet, and so you should definitely consider this. Now, here's the thing: there are weeks being auctioned off, and I'm going to tell you what those weeks are. And I'm going to give me a second here. I'm working with multiple screens, and I appreciate your patience. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a charity auction for booksandbricks.org. If you want to donate now and go right back to watching Tiger King, go ahead, booksandbricks.org/donate. And I'm going to give you our totals after we find out about the auction here. So this is for a 1-week vacation in Hawaii. Now, here's the question everyone says, well, you can't go to Hawaii. There's a quarantine right now. The government of Hawaii, as of this moment, has announced that starting October 15th, you do not have to go through a 2-week quarantine if you want to visit the islands. All you have to do is have a negative COVID test within a few days. Now, this may change. Things change all the time in this world. So it is possible to go to Hawaii and take a vacation. This is one of 3 weeks that are being offered. If you win the bid, you can choose February 3rd through 10th, February 10th through 17th of 2021, that's Valentine's Day, or February 17th through the 24th. So that's the week before, the week of, and the week after Valentine's Day. That would make a fantastic Valentine's Day gift. There is a $500 minimum for bidding on this week. The actual retail value, suggested value, is $1,800. And I have stayed at the Pono Kai several times because, it's my dad's timeshare. So I can tell you, if you wanted to get that somewhere else, it would cost you $1,800. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, a week in Hawaii at a resort? Oh boy, that's like $2,500, $3,000, $3,500. No, here's the great thing about the Pono Kai. It is a condo on the beach, and usually the condo weeks get a beachfront condo. Even if you're not right on the beach, you're 10 steps from the beach. It's amazing. It is very, very non-touristy. If you've been to Waikiki, if you've been to the west coast of Maui, that's not what Kauai is like. When you're in Kapa'a, which is on the east coast of Hawaii, about halfway up the island, you're within an hour's drive to either side of the island that you can visit. The west side of Kauai is all off limits. It's all, you can go hiking up there, but you can't drive there. There's no roads because of the Nepali coast, the majestic cathedrals of Hawaii. But this particular condo, you just relax for a week. The ocean is right there. The waves are peaceful. There's always a gentle breeze flowing through. I can't guarantee that. I mean, it's not hurricane season, but in February, you never know, but it's the summer there. It is an amazing location. Let me give you more details here. So yeah, the winning bid, we have to get $500 via check within 10 days. Now, if things change and because of COVID, it doesn't happen, you can't use one of these weeks in February, that's not a big deal. You can get a refund from Books and Bricks. So, you can't lose. Let me show you a little bit about Kauai. Here we go. Here is a video about Kauai and the Pono Kai. Pono Kai. Why not, is what I say. They should call it the Pono Kai because it's on Kauai. Come on, Pono Kai. Get your act together. Here's the Pono Kai. thanks to Marcy Grover in the chat room. Marcy, you're in the wrong chat. Pono kai means good water in Hawaiian. So now you know. So to bid on the Pono kai, I'm going to call it Pono kai every time now. To bid on the Pono kai, you have to email, and it's going along the bottom here. You have to email. I'm gonna play the video again too, so you can write the address down. It's on the top. I'm gonna turn the volume down. Give me a second here. I'm gonna kill the music here, and I'll narrate it for you. Hold on, there. I've killed the music. You should still be able to hear me. Yes, you can. Okay, so we're gonna take it back to the beginning of the video here, and I'll tell you about the Pono kai. And then the most important thing is you can see up above there. Come on. Do it. Okay, I'm going to have to go out and come back. Up above the top of the screen, Aloha Condo at booksandbricksglobal.org. That's where you email your bids. So that's Aloha Condo at booksandbricksglobal.org. And I am looking to see if any bids have come in so far. The minimum bid is $500. So I see, Marcy, you put in a bid. It has to be a minimum bid of $500 for a week on Kauai. And again, if you win and you cannot go, it will be refunded. Let me see if I can bring the video back here, and I'll narrate it for you. There we go. So that's the Nepali coast. And you can see a little helicopter flying around there. That's why you can't drive on that side of the island. That's one of the lighthouses, obviously. That's what we call water, good water, Pono kai. So that's a resort. That's just the front entrance, like any other thing. They've got all kinds of ponds. My son loved playing with the frogs in the ponds and the goldfish. And he'd actually get the goldfish. He could pick them up out of the pond once you start feeding them for a while. Now, the amenities are that you can go to Costco on Kauai and grab a bunch of food. There's a Safeway right across the street from the Pono kai and live on that. And of course, there's all sorts of restaurants around, and that is the Kilauea Lighthouse. There's all kinds of restaurants around. There's lots of activities. I mean, it's Hawaii, but it's Kauai. It's like half-speed Hawaii. It's a wonderful place to be. And again, in order to bid, you have to use that email address up at the top, Aloha Condo at booksandbricksglobal.org. I don't know why we made it that long, but that's what it is. So, Aloha Condo, booksandbricks.org. That's, you can see the pictures of the lanais there. And lanai is Hawaiian for, hello, you're on my balcony. It is also Hawaiian for, goodbye, get off my balcony. Of course, it's probably somebody nice because you're in Kauai. So, enjoy a blue Hawaiian. This is not a blue Hawaiian. This is iced tea. Joanna says, best poke in the world at Fish Express in Lihue. Lihue is the capital city of Kauai, so that's where the bulk of the restaurants are, and that is entirely possible that Joanna is right about that. So, good to know. If you're just joining us, we are raising money for booksandbricks.org. It's a wonderful organization. We're trying to get to $45,000. Let us see where we are so far. I have a little fundraising bar that's going to pop up above my head here. The goal is $45,000. It will give us the percentage of what we've done so far tonight, plus all of the money that we've raised going into tonight. A lot of people have been working very hard to raise some money. $45,000 is the goal. The percentage of $45,000 we've raised so far before the telethon is 23%. That's the bell. I don't have any music for that or anything like that. But yeah, 23%. So we're over 1/5 of the way there. And this is the big fundraiser. So if you want to get on with your life, please do. All you have to do is donate, and then you can stop watching the broadcast. We have Allie and Janet watching the donations. They are going to let me know when donations are coming in. You might hear a beep. Let's see. Oh, boom. We got a bunch of stuff. Here we go. You guys, you're blowing me away. So, I'm just gonna play you a video. This is my dad, and excuse me. This is terrible broadcasting, but there's a reason. I'm just going to play this video and it kind of explains it.
Hello, everybody. My name's Cliff Williams. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of Books and Bricks Global. Welcome to our fundraiser. I'd like to talk about one of the fundraising elements we have, and that's the Reverend Donna Riley Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund. This is a picture of Donna. She's an ordained Lutheran minister. She passed away in 2015, and as a family, we came together and started up the fund, as prior to that time, we had been donating money to Books and Bricks Global. Teaching actually is one of Donna's main interests throughout her life. It's actually in her DNA, as both her parents were teachers, and in fact, her mother, during 1939 and 41, was teaching at a missionary school in Trinidad, just at the start and breakout of the Second World War. We traveled around a lot with my work, and every place we went, Donna took the opportunity to do some teaching. One example is when we lived up in the Yukon Territory. During the cold winters, we had to deal with, in particular, our two young sons, one of which is your host right now, Kevin. At the ages of 2 and 4, the winters were long, so she started up a nursery school in our neighborhood and ran it for 3 years, taking in around 20 students each time. Teaching was really part of her DNA. When we spent time in Africa, working there, Donna volunteered as a missionary volunteer, helping teach in some of the classrooms. And I remember her commenting on how the children would raise their hands and snap their fingers when she'd ask questions, as they would want to be called upon. Also, she did some teaching of the women in the squatter areas around the capital city. One of the focuses that we have within that fund is providing scholarships for teacher college students. As if you've read some of the information that has been put out by Books and Bricks Global, a lot of the focus is on providing teachers in the rural communities. So we do that in our particular fund program by focusing in on the scholarships for the students. So thank you very much for listening, and please be generous. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know there was no audio there. I apologize for that. I'm being completely unprofessional. The reason this charity affects me and your generosity is affecting me is because that was my father in the video, and as he explained, this video was very dear to my mother. In fact, if you would like to donate in my mother's name, she has a special section set up on the site, and I'm going to show that to you, how you can donate to it. All of the money from the funds get distributed wherever, but there is a Donna Riley Williams Memorial Fund, and I'll show you how to do that. Give me just a second here to get there. Here we go. It's right here. So once you get to the site, booksandbricks.org/donate, you click on Donate Online Now. It's going to take a second, and right up at the top, you're going to see the first opportunity to fill in a total is for the Reverend Donna Riley Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund. That's how you can do that. I'm going to bring me back here. You click donate on booksandbricks.org or go to that link directly, and right there, then you can go to the Donna Riley Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund, and you can donate there. I think I'm coming back. Okay, so let's read some of the totals. Thank you, Allie, for sending these to me. Amanda H, $50. And if I get these totals wrong, I'm seeing the totals with the charges from the people who take the money and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how much you've bid. Any amount is amazing, and we appreciate every single penny, and the people who use that library appreciate every single penny. Amanda H, $50. Thank you. Denise H, $200. Fantastic. Louise A, $100. Thank you, Louise. Blake R, $300. Blake, you're amazing. Thank you very much. Rick and Lane B. And if it's Laney, I apologize. Get into the chat room and let me know. I'll explain the chat room in a second. Rick and Lane B, or Rick and Laney B, $100. David W, I'm guessing that's my brother, $200. And if it's not, good job, David W. You guys are awesome. So I'm going to have to recalculate that 23%. It could be 24% by now, but we're trying to get to $45,000. We'd like to be 100%. We don't know what's going to happen this year. Certainly, as you've seen, anything can happen because we've never had to do a telethon like this before. If you would like to be in the chat room, which you can see over there, on that side of the screen, you see people talking to each other. You can do that by going to YouTube. I'm broadcasting this on several different platforms all at once. The way to get to that particular YouTube chat, which it looks like everything's going through to that YouTube chat, and that's good. The way to get there is to go to booksandbricks.org/telethon. booksandbricks.org/telethon. That's the official page where that chat is coming from. So if you're having any trouble with that, what a lot of people do, especially if you've only got this up on your phone, is if you've got a smart TV or a computer, watch it there. It's going to be much bigger for you. If you don't know how to make the YouTube app on your television work, have one of your kids do it. That's how to get things done. Thank you, Laney. I pronounced it right the first time. So, sorry, Lane. Pronounced it right the first time. Good job. And thank you for doing a great job as an MC. Thank you for doing that. You're very welcome, Lane. Thank you for donating. Folks, if you can't afford to donate anything right now, I get that. There are a lot of us in that situation right now with everything that's happening. Share the broadcast. Invite a friend in. We got time. We're going to be going for another hour and a half. Can't believe we've made it through the first 30 minutes without crying. Oh, no, not without crying. Let's move on here, folks. We've seen the welcome from the chairman. The Pono Kai has its first bid of $500. It is Marcy and Maurice Grover. They live in Hawaii, so this is just a hop, skip, and a jump. They know Kauai. And they said to themselves, I'm sure Maurice turned to Marcy and said, honey, Kauai not. Happy Valentine's Day. They have bid $500. Let's see if there's any more. That's where we are right now. So the bidding has started for the live auction. I'm going to show you one more time a little bit of the Pono Kai. And I'm going to give you the video back this time as well. And there you go. There's some Hawaiian music. Badminton and tennis. badminton and tennis. What else can you ask for? And again, it's not a foo-foo resort, and you're not going to have people offering to rub your feet all day and stuff like that. It's just a great place to go have a vacation. It's a home away from home, is what it feels like. And you can get it for $500. Let's make the bids $50 increments, so you can take it away from Marcy for $550 right now. So the next bid is $550. A lot of you are familiar with Janet. She is sort of the heart of Books and Bricks. She started it, and she's going to tell you how she started it in this next video. The video was done over Zoom. It's not the highest quality. If there are pauses in it, it's not your machine. Yeah, we're going to show some stuff. This is... My dad is in the chat room now saying, show the Kenyan video. Yeah, I know. This is got to set things up. I'm a professional. This is my very first telethon. So hold on, Dad. I'm going to show you this video, and I'm going to update some totals. Holy smokes. Here's a new total. JD and David, this is the chairman that you saw about 15 minutes ago. JD and David just donated $2,300. That's probably pretty loud. I'm going to take the bell and I'm going to put it way over here. I'm going to put it on the floor. There we go. Thank you, JD and David. I want to share with you some of Janet's story. Janet was a teacher in Kenya, and this is the story of Books and Bricks.
Books and Bricks is an international organization that was actually started in Kenya, and our work is to increase access to education. I used to be a high school teacher, and the first scholarship I gave was for $2 to a girl in my class to continue with our education. And since then, a lot of the people who volunteer for Books and Bricks have always been teachers. Books and Bricks has grown a lot. One of the things we do is we do not create dependency. We provide sustainable scholarships. We give scholarships that are enough to keep a child in school and still give an opportunity for governments and parents to do their part and do their share. We ensure that every student in our scholarship program who qualifies for college is assured of college, so they don't have to worry about passing a national exam and never having a college education. We believe that high school education is not enough, especially for girls. We do believe that a college education gives girls a much better opportunity and a better shot at life. Books and Bricks Global in Kenya is run by teachers who believe in our work. Teachers especially in rural areas, they're very committed, and they themselves have lived through the struggles and challenges of succeeding. They are usually the only people that are hired and employed in the formal sector. I am going to tell you about one of the leading people in Kenya. His name is Elijah, and we met Elijah in 2012 when he was teaching high school. He was actually, with the high school education, he was the principal for this high school in my village. It was, even though the elementary school was started in 1966, we really did not get a high school in my village until 2008. In 2012, Elijah was the principal at that high school with a high school education. Leading this school, we asked him, Elijah, what can you really do? And he said that with more education, I can be a better teacher, I can be a better principal. And we offered Elijah a scholarship. A scholarship was funded by a family right here in Seattle, actually in Snohomish. And he finished college, and he is now the chair for Books and Bricks Global in Kenya. His assistant, when Elijah left to go to college, the next person who took over being a deputy principal for that high school is Julius. And Julius right now is the community outreach officer for Books and Bricks Global. My third grade teacher, Mrs. Mwema, you will probably hear her talking a little bit later. She influenced me a lot when I was young. She told us that as a woman and as a girl, she is educating us to make a change in this community. She is the treasurer for Books and Bricks Global. So when you give your money to Books and Bricks Global, that money is actually going to the children that actually need it, and they can use it, and they really can use it. So please give. We have very committed donors. Every year we have a huge fundraiser at St. John and we in Seattle, and we actually serve African food. We serve kienyeji, which is local food in Kenya. We serve greens, we serve beans, we serve githeri, koi, we've served ugali, we've served goat. And that is the place to be the first Saturday of October. But this year we could not do that because of COVID and because we wanted to be sure that our donors are safe. We were safe. We will be there to take care of the children. So this was an opportunity to have a live stream fundraiser. We have read a lot that donations to nonprofits were going to be going down. But we are hopeful. As soon as it is safe for students to go back to school, we will be there promoting and increasing access to education. There is something really, really interesting that we have done during the time for COVID. We have provided books, we have provided revision materials for 8th graders, we've provided revision materials and books for high school kids. We have put reading materials in shops. So when a parent goes to shop, they can just pick up material to take home to their kids to go and read. So like, for example, in Seattle Times, there was an article on sea turtles in Mombasa, and that is being provided for and for kids to read in the village. It's exciting. Our donors are very important. They make almost an 8-year commitment for each child that, that they fund. And that is where our sustainability for school scholarships comes from. Our donors, when they start funding a library, they fund that library from the foundation all the way to installing books into that library until it is ready for a student to enter. We partner with communities that have never failed to raise their share. Usually the community share is 30%. So if every member of the community contributed, the average contribution for each household is about $1. And all the libraries, all the schools for which we have built libraries, the communities have been able to raise their share, and we've completed those libraries. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you for increasing access to education for children through Books and Bricks Global.
And we're back, and we have a new total. And then we've got donations beyond that as well. So first off, I want to announce a couple of more donations. If you'd like to join these donations, go to booksandbricks.org/donate, or just go to booksandbricks.org and hit donate if you don't know how that slash thing works. So just coming in, Ann B donated $300. Thank you so much, Ann B. Amanda W, she sounds familiar, $10. I'm pretty sure that's my Amanda. Cliff Williams, who we saw earlier, my father. This is becoming a family affair. $1,000. So that's coming out of my inheritance. And on and on. So if you'd like to donate, booksandbricks.org/donate. We're getting closer and closer. You guys are amazing. I want to show you where we are in the total. Give me a moment, please. Again, I don't have a producer to help me with this. We were at 23% when we started the broadcast. By the way, I just want to give a shout out to those who've donated in the last couple of days. When I've mentioned this in my own broadcast, their names are across the scroll bar at the bottom. So here is the new total. We were at 23%. We are now at 31%. We're getting there. We're almost a third of the way there, people. Now, my father, oh, that's Cliff and Kay, both Cliff and Kay. My new mom, Kay, donated $1,000, not just Cliff. And Cliff just put in the chat room to make sure that that credit happens. Oh, and I also have a picture of them that I can show you guys. So they sent me that my brother took. So this is pretty much, welcome to the Williams family, everybody. Oh, and we're also raising money for Books and Bricks Global. So you just heard the story of Janet. There have been many people who've gone through the program, going through school in Africa. And what Janet told me is she likes to make sure that I'm sorry, I just got interrupted there by the chat room. Bev Klein up in Canada donated $100 US. That's 3.5 million Canadian dollars. That's pretty impressive. Also, cousin Larry in Canada donated some. I'm going to get those totals as well. So we do have some Canadians watching the broadcast, and they are contributing. I'm going to try and get to everyone. I don't know if I will, but you know what? It's the thought and the cash that count. Mostly the cash. So if I miss anybody, I do beg your pardon. So thanks to Babe up in Canada. So what Bricks and Books likes to do is put kids through high school. Start them young, get them through high school. You have to graduate from high school. That's not enough. If they graduate from high school, they want to guarantee that those kids can go on and become adults. And they encourage many of them to become teachers. Here is Faith. She is one such teacher who's gone through the program and is now working with other children and passing that education on.
My name is Faith Mainki, a teacher and a TSC, and currently teaching in a school by the name St. John's Kamulungu Secondary School, a beneficiary of Books and Bricks Global Kenya and a member of the board.
As a Books and Bricks Global Kenya beneficiary, how did the sponsorship help or influence your performance at school?
The sponsorship influenced my performance in school by keeping me always in class, and that one gave me a conducive environment to do well in my performance.
And as a teacher, what do you think Books and Bricks could do more to have a greater impact in the community?
The same assistance that was offered to me, I recommend it to continue to many students to enable them do better in the community and in their lives to come.
And also, now that schools are closed, what do you do to help or to prepare the students to get ready to be back in class in January?
We have engaged them in a WhatsApp group where we study both curriculum-wise and life skills.
Okay, thank you. Do have a great day.
You too, thank you. God bless you abundantly.
And we're back. Now, something Janet wanted me to do is thank some of the donors that are out there. This is going to take me just a second here. I wanted to set this up in advance, but unfortunately, with my cell phone, if I put people's numbers into the phone dials them immediately. And I didn't want to surprise people by calling them in advance. So I am going to call up one of our donors right now. And just say hi from all of us. Tom Hulford and Sally Hulford, they have been supporting Books and Bricks Global for the last 15 years. We're going to call them up right now and see if they answer. Does anybody answer their phones anymore? Let's see if we can get them on the line. Hopefully they're watching, and we just want to say thank you. And I'm going to put them on speakerphone, so hopefully you guys can hear. Hello, is this Tom?
This is Tom.
Hi, Tom. This is Kevin. I'm running the Books and Bricks Global Telethon right now. Are you watching?
I am watching.
Oh, well then you knew this was happening.
I did.
Well, you have been donating for 15 years. As I understand it, you're putting in a $3,000 donation this year. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That pays for like 10 computers for the kids who need them because they're doing remote learning right now. That's absolutely amazing. That pays for a third of the library almost.
Yep.
Why Books and Bricks? What got you involved, and why have you found it so important that you're giving so much of your hard-earned money to this organization?
Well, I went to Kenya on a mission trip in 2015. And I met these people, I interacted with them, I taught classes, and I saw how hardworking they are, and yet that the opportunities they have are extremely limited by American standards. So I'm happy to be able to share some of the money that I have to help these people along their way and move them
Well, we truly appreciate it, and as you said, you've been over there. You know how far your dollar goes there.
Yes.
$5 buys a textbook. It's whereas here I know when my daughter has to buy a textbook, it's 25, 30, 40 bucks. Don't even get me started with the college books. So you've made a tremendous difference. 15 years, you're giving $3,000. Everybody out there. If you're in the chat room right now or you're on YouTube, just give a shout out to Tom. Give Sally our best, and we just really appreciate all you folks have done.
You're most welcome. I'm happy to do this.
And we're happy you do. Thanks, Tom. Good night.
It's God's work.
I think it worked. I think you guys could hear him. So that's good. So thank you so much to Tom and Sally. I want to get right on to the next video right here. This is just a short one. This is one of the many people who volunteer with Books and Bricks. And this is Mary. She's at home right now watching like 40 kids. She is part of the organization. I think she's on the board. I don't know, but when I do the Zoom chats, once they brought me in and said, hey, can you do this telethon thing? Mary was there, and I just watch Mary because Mary has a baby. And if you've ever been on Zoom, all you want to see are babies and dogs. And Mary has an absolutely adorable baby. This is one of the many people that make Books and Bricks happen. This is Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary. My husband Blake and I are thrilled to support the inspiring works of Books and Bricks Global. We have contributed funds to build school libraries. The Virginia Library was completed in 2019, and the Theo Library will be started soon. We encourage you to donate what you can towards a Books and Bricks Global funded library to bring books, computers, and a safe place to learn to school children in rural Kenya.
That is Mary, and Mary does not know that Janet told me to give her a call. So we're going to place a call to Mary right now and see if she answers. booksandbricks.org/donate. I'm guessing that Mary's watching, but she probably has children keeping her busy, so she may not answer. If she doesn't answer, we've got another person to call too.
Your call has been forwarded.
Mary is not answering. Mary is very busy. And I suspect that Janet told me not to tell her I was calling because she thought that she wouldn't want to talk because she's kind of busy with the kids right now, which I totally understand. Let me just check quickly to see if we've got more donations coming. We do. If you're like Mary and you're too busy to answer the phone right now, take just a moment and go to booksandbricks.org/donate and help us out. Paul and Maggie A, $1,102. I'm guessing that's like $1,100, and then you've got the charge or something. So thank you. Ann Spar, $56. Thank you, Ann. Danielle, you rock. I know Danielle, $50. Leah, $25. Thank you very much, Dr. Leah. Lori E, $5. Thank you, Lori. Anybody watching out there, if you're interested, $5 buys a textbook. Just $5 is all it takes to change a life. Maybe not completely, but just a little bit. I don't want to hype it too much. So we're gonna make another phone call right now. This is let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop before I do that because I want to tell you guys that Janet said to stress that we are looking for something called sustainers. So when you go to the website to donate, let's see if I can bring it up again. There's an option there to make recurring payments. And you can become what they call a sustainer by making payments of $25 a month. You don't have to pay $3,000 right now. Go. You can just make that payment of $25 every month. That's the target that they're going for and get us towards our goal. And I think they have some sort of way of figuring out exactly how much that is over time, and that goes towards our total, etc., etc. So if you can become a sustainer, that would be fantastic. Give me a second to dial here. We are going to try and get a hold of our chairman, JD. You just saw his welcome video about 45 minutes ago. Let's see if he's up to answering.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
And apparently, between recording that video, I'm sure that I misdialed. Give me one moment. Let me try it again. Okay. Lex Dixia strikes again. Okay. This is good television. Come on, fingers. One ringy dingy.
Hello there.
There you are, JD. Hi, it's Kevin with Books and Bricks doing the telethon. Are you watching?
We are.
I gotta say, I gotta interrupt JD just for a second here. But JD moved mountains to make that video come to me because his iPad and my PC did not want to talk to each other. But he made it happen. So JD, first off, we appreciate your patience. Secondly, we appreciate all of the work that you do for Bricks and Books and Bricks Global. What got you into it?
Well, I was called to be the priest in charge at St. John's Episcopal Church in West Seattle in 2013, and lo and behold, there was Janet. But I had previous involvement in African schools and education in my former parish in Dallas, Texas, working with their Happy Homes project. And so I, having moved halfway across the country, it was a wonderful experience to be able to continue caring in such a significant way with, as I said in my presentation, with so little that can do so much with Books and Bricks Global. And once Janet got her hooks in me, I was all over the shouting.
She is very persuasive.
She is that.
And you guys just donated a good hunk of your own money as well just a few minutes ago, I see.
Yes, we did. A couple years ago, we also gave a library in between the libraries that the Rays have given, and that was a real joy. We're not sure what the retirement monies are going to be like, so we couldn't give more this year yet. But I told Janet, we'll give $2,300 and we'll give more as needed, and we're happy to do that.
Well, you guys are amazing. Both in you and David, right? It's David?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, thank you for making your video happen and get to us. I know already people are probably tired of just sitting here watching me on the screen. So it was good to have that break right before I broke down. So I might play it again at some point.
Happy to do so when we finally figured out how to do it.
Yes. Yeah. We beat the system. So I really appreciate that. Well, thank you, JD.
I appreciate your work.
Well, thank you. Do you have a message to anybody out there that might be watching that is hesitating? Should I donate now? Should I wait to the end of the broadcast?
Yeah, donate now, and then you can go to bed or watch what. Half of our people are halfway across the country. It's time to go to bed.
That's right. So for all you East Coasters, go ahead and donate now so you can wrap things up, and I'll announce your name on the air as soon as I can, and you can get some sleep.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone who gives so generously.
Thank you, JD.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so that was our chairperson, JD, and he donated a bunch of money along with David, his partner, so thanks to them. Let me just check in on the donations really quickly. Holy smokes. Let's see. Let's see. Did we get Lori E? Yeah, we did. Chris P, $50. I think I know Chris P. Chris P, thank you very much. Here they are. Speaking of the Angels, I'm going to say. Speak of the Angels. I'm changing that expression. I own that trademark. Janet and Mike Johnson. That's Janet that you saw in the video, the person who started this all. Oh, you know what? That might be a private donation. She's a very private person, so I'm not going to say how much. But let me just say this. In addition to the time that she donates to this organization, and she's a full-time job too, the last time I checked, she also is giving of their pocketbooks. So thank you to Janet and Mike Johnson. If you're in the chat room, just say a thank you to Janet and Mike. They make all of this possible. And of course, their daughter Mary for letting them have the time to do it from time to time. Charles H. just shot in $75. Thank you so much, Charles H. Josh and Adrian, $56. That might be John and Adrian. This is all coming in through text, so sometimes autocorrect does this. I know a John and an Adrian, so that might be them. If it's Josh and Adrian, thank you. Thank you to John and Adrian, and thank you to Josh and Adrian, and thank you to Joseph and Adrian, and whoever else happens to be dating Adrian at this time. She is a wonderful lady. and fulfills many lives, and will send many kids through school and through college with booksandbricks.org. If you'd like to donate, booksandbricks.org/donate. This is the treasurer of Books and Bricks that your money flows through in Kenya. Let's watch.
Can you briefly tell us about yourself?
Okay, my name is Frida Mwema. Books and Bricks Global Kenya Treasurer. I'm also a teacher in Mulundi Primary School. I started working with this organization since 2011, since from up to present.
Wow.
I've been working with the organization when it was Books and Bricks organization. Now we are working with the Books and Bricks Global Kenya. As the treasurer, I withdraw funds from the organization and then distribute them accordingly.
Wow. And also, as a teacher, what's your role, especially during this COVID-19 period, in the community and also to help the students to remain focused?
Okay, during this period, when funds are sent to Kenya, we buy materials, revision materials for the students in high schools and also in primary school. I help in distributing the materials. I've also been helping in guiding and counseling of the girl child. I also question the parents on the issues of discipline during this time. And also I ask the parents to make sure that their children are safe or they follow the health measures.
Wow, that's great. And lastly, what do you think should be done to ensure that the students are ready to be back in class by January?
Okay, to be ready, 2021, we need to buy more materials for the learners and also the students in high school, and make sure that the parents keep them busy in revision.
So when your money gets to Kenya, it gets to where it needs to be. And there was a lot more to the video I showed you of Janet, of the stuff that Books and Bricks does over there. And you're always welcome to go on a mission over there. And by mission, just go visit. Go talk to the people. See how you can help. I don't know how much of a mission it is. We have a video in a little while here from a gentleman who went over on a mission there. Phil, he's a veteran. I believe he was in Vietnam. He's a black American and wanted to get closer to his roots. So he talked to Janet, and Janet said, hey, if your family's originally from Kenya, why not go visit? And he decided to do that. So we're going to see from him in just a couple of minutes. We do have a new total, and I have been updated here. Apparently it is John and Adrian. They are wonderful people, the nicest people you can imagine. So thank you very much to John and Adrian. And Josh and Adrian, if you're watching, I challenge you to match that $56 donation. We're done an hour, apparently. 1 hour. Yep, we've hit an hour, and we have 1 hour to go to raise the $45,000. We are above 31%. I'm going to have a new total for you in just a minute. I'm just checking in on the chat room here. Can I see there's been a lot of stuff, and someone was asking questions, and I'm doing about 30 things at once here. So we are going to get right back to the videos in a second here. But I wanted to check in on the chat room. If you have asked me a question and I haven't had a chance to answer it, then now is the time to ask. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're only about 4 seconds behind real time. So I should be able to interact quite quickly here. Yeah, the fund is Rich Mac. The fund is the Dollar and Riley Williams Fund. That is my mother, or was my mother. I guess still is your mother, right? Once they go on, you're still my mom. Let's see. Okay, so you guys are helping each other donate. I did see a couple of questions, and if I can answer those questions, that'd be great. If someone does want to donate cash and you're a follower of me on Twitter or whatever, just contact me directly and I can make that happen. Just checking in on new donations. And K. Oh, here we go. Excellent. So we are going to call up Ann Blake. She is one of our regular donors, and I want to make sure I at least give an attempt to get to all the regular donors before this thing is all done. Let's see if she answers. Oh, and the call ended. I'm going to try that again. And Janet just sent me a link to this call, so I'm going to double check the number. Give me just a second here. Yeah, that should be it. Technology, right? Let's try it again.
You reached the professional and personal cell phone.
Okay, so Ann is not answering right now. That is fine. Thank you very much, Ann, for all that you do, including, I think you already sent a donation in tonight. What I wanted to do is update names across the bottom, the scroll down there. I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to shout out to everybody that I can. There was a question there. Can Bave send books directly to Africa? I bet she can. I bet she can. And after the broadcast, shoot me a message, Bave. If you want to shoot me a message, you can follow me on Twitter @KevinLeeFather. If you know what that means. If you don't, that's fine too. You can certainly you can go to booksandbricks.org and hit the contact us button or whatever, and you can write to them through the website. So booksandbricks.org. If you want to reach out to me directly, I'll be happy to put you in front of the right people. Andy from Europe right now. Standard donation not working from Europe. On PayPal, no option to choose anything. Hold on, I will check that out in a moment for you, Andy. Andy, if you want to make a donation, just tell me what it is, and we'll figure out a way for you to get it. Let's see. Yeah, Babe says she's got boxes of novels and teacher books to send since she retired. So great. Let's see if we can make that happen. And Babe does follow me. Yes, I know, but I was talking to people that might not follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me @KevinLeeFather, and you can send me what's called a DM if you know what that is. So here's the deal, folks. We're just over a third of the way there. I'm going to give you a total in just a second. I'm going to play a video before that. And I can get that total going. I told you a little bit about our friend Phil. Phil, like I said, is a veteran, is a Black American, and was interested in getting closer to his roots. He talked with Janet, and Janet said, hey, why don't you go to Kenya and become involved with Books and Bricks? Yeah, we can do Venmo. PayPal works. Apparently PayPal might be giving us problems right now. I'm going to check on that while you guys watch this video about Phil.
Jan and I had 4 years ago, and as a Black American, I was kind of concerned or interested in Africa because I hadn't been, and most Black Americans I knew had not been and had no concept of Africa. The rest of the time was spent a lot of time visiting schools, talking to people, taking a look what they were, meeting principals. We were concerned, I think, part of us in terms of, academic achievement. Academic achievement meant nothing unless you could put it into English. And there didn't seem a solution for working through that. The big catch is at the end of your senior year, you take a test, and if you don't pass, then your options for going forward are diminished. And at the time we were talking, there wasn't necessarily a program for particularly boys who didn't pass and were just kind of stuck in the village. There wasn't a trade program, an alternative program for them to go. What impressed me most were parents who were coming out to show support for their children. Yeah, I don't think I look at it as a need. It's supporting people, supporting parents who are trying to support their students achieve when they need resources, and resources are slim. Um, when you start talking about need, you get into what I call the pity piece, and I don't think about it at all. Uh, to sit and stand and look in the faces of those parents, you realize you understood uh, what they were about. Uh, they were very serious about being there, uh, and, uh, and they understood the seriousness of it. One of the missioners, uh, student, had finished, and he was going to graduate from college, and he had been supported all the way through, and I'm sorry, names are escaping me at this point in time. But I was there when she was introduced to the mother, and the woman was so grateful, tears in her eyes, and so was the student, because he had persevered and really worked on it, and I think one of the stories that Janet's dad talked to me was a guy who came up once, and he was selling switches, little feather switches for flies, different sizes, and for dusting out flies and window seals and whatever. And he said, that guy was in the same class as Janet. He was probably as smart, if not smarter than she was, but he didn't have any resources. So he's just been left here. For one point in time, he said, the guy got into drinking and things of that order, but he couldn't figure out where to go next. And so he was just sort of lost. And so I guess in my mind, I'm thinking what we're trying to support is we're trying to support people from being lost.
That was Phil. We're going to call Phil up and see if he answers, because he's a long-time donor of Books and Bricks. Let's see if Phil is watching and if he answers his phone, because I have questions. That's 4. Hi, Phil?
You're calling on this phone?
Yeah, Phil. Is this Phil?
Yeah.
Hey, Phil. This is Kevin. I'm doing the Books and Bricks global live stream. Are you watching?
Hold on. Let me turn down the volume.
Okay. He's watching the broadcast, so we're getting feedback. Yeah, if I do happen to call you, first off, you're like, how'd you get my number? Secondly, turn your volume down. So it looks like my niece Gabby also donated, so thank you very much, Gabby. And Granddad Cliff Williams, that all of you saw in the video, he's going to be matching their donation for any of the grandkids. And again, that's my inheritance, so take it easy, grandkids.
Are you still there?
I am still here. In fact, we're all still here. We're broadcasting you right now. How are you, Phil?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Well,
just watching you.
Well, we saw a little bit about you, and I'll let the audience know that Phil sat for quite an extended session. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that video, the whole thing that you did, and put it up on YouTube on the Books and Bricks page so they can get more of your story. I'm sure some people watching that felt like they wanted to know more about your background, and maybe just share a little bit now. You, if I'm understanding correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you went over to Kenya to sort of search out your roots, and you met people there that may in fact be related to you, but you came away with a real appreciation for the education that Books and Bricks Global is doing. Am I close? Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're relatively close. Hold on just a second here. Let me put a headset on so I can talk.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. We got a lot of things to do as well.
Well, hold on.
Okay, while you're doing that,
you're doing. I'm not sure what you're doing at this point in time, but I'm watching the Books and Bricks Global Telethon, and because I think that's the primary thing to do today.
That's what I'm watching it myself, actually. So you went over there to because you're a Black American and you wanted to find your roots. Did you feel like you accomplished some of that?
I didn't think about it as finding my roots at all.
Oh, okay.
I had gotten a DNA analysis by the Genome Project. Who was doing that? Anyway, I can't think of it. And it came back and said that my tribal affiliation was Luho, which is primarily located in Kenya.
Sure.
So I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. So when Jen and I got to this conversation going on, that was an awareness I had while I was there. Is that Kenya someplace along there, if the DNA, if you can believe DNA, DNA is a funny kind of characteristic, particularly when you start talking about Black Americans, because at one point in time, you don't know. You go to somebody else and you get a DNA, and I won't name the company anyway, but there's these circles all over every place in the world. What do you want? Where do you work? But this is good enough for me in terms of the fact that I was fairly open all the time about why I came, because I didn't want to misrepresent myself as a Books and Brooks person. I was just a freeloader going along sort of for a ride.
Well, it sounds like you had a great time.
I had an excellent time.
Yeah, and we saw some of the video there. Like I said, I'm gonna post more of the video on YouTube. I've got to get back to the broadcast. But thank you very much, Phil, for all that you do. Thank you for sharing your experience. And you have yourself a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Okay, Phil?
Will do.
Okay, thanks, Phil. Bye-bye.
All right.
This is, I'm going to move right on to the next phone call as well, because we do have a lot of donors to thank. By the way, Janet, I cannot tell you the number of times Janet expressed to me how much she appreciates the donors. It's, there's words escape Janet and they escape me beyond just thank you. We are going to call up somebody else who's already given tonight and usually gives something else, and we're going to give that away as soon as I dial it in here. Make sure that I've got the right line. I'm looking at a spreadsheet here, and I don't want to dial someone who doesn't want to be called. Let's see if they answer. Hello, is this Lane?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Kevin with the booksandbricks.org, and I'm calling during the broadcast to first off thank you for donating, and I guess I got your name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, fantastic. That makes the evening for me. If
Good job.
if I hear like, well, how was it? Well, you know, he cried in the middle of it, but he got Lane's name right. So that's my takeaway.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. So Janet wanted me to make sure to give you guys a phone call because not only are you giving in terms of your financial resources, you guys usually do something every year that you can't do this year. What is that?
Well, a lot of times my husband Rick has been the cook for Books and Bricks, and then often I've volunteered at the raffle table.
Yes, she wanted me to make sure that you guys were mentioned in terms of putting together the goat and greens every year at the dinner. And I'll tell you what, I miss it. I do miss it. I've been to a couple of them, and I'm not living in the area anymore, but I might have gone back for that. So hopefully this will all be cleared up, and we'll have another dinner like that next year. So I want you to say thank you for Rick, and on behalf of everybody watching, on behalf of the kids. Well, I don't know that I can speak on behalf of the kids in Africa right now, but On behalf of Books and Bricks, thank you so much for all the wonderful meals that you guys have prepared, the raffles that you do, and the money that you've given. So thank you so much.
Oh, our pleasure. It's a great cause.
Okay.
Glad to give what we can.
You do more than what you can, and we truly appreciate that. You have a great night, Lane.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Nice people. With all the news going around today, isn't it nice to just be around nice people? And by around, I mean farther than 6 feet over the internet. There's nice people out there, and they don't make the news. None of us make the news. Of course, I'm including myself in the nice people, but there's stuff you don't know. Let's get right back to the broadcast. We are trying to reach our goal. I'm going to show you where we were the last time I put this together. I put something together during Phil's video. We were at about 32%. I think we are now at 36%. So we're over a third of the way there. We are going to keep going. We are going to try and get that number higher. This year, we don't know how it's going to end up. Quite frankly, I'm happy that anyone is paying any attention to this right now with everything else that's going on in the world, but this is still important. So please, booksandbricks.org/donate. Next up on the agenda, don't forget to, bid on the week at the Pono Kai on Kauai. Let me check in on the bids right now. Marcy Grover is still leading those bids. With a bid of $500, $550 gets you above her, and that is a week on Kauai in a condo, in a timeshare condo. It's a wonderful place. I have been there many times. It's my father that's auctioning it off, and if you can't go because of COVID, it looks like you can now. It looks like, but things change. If for some reason things change and you can't go the week before Valentine's Day, the week of Valentine's Day, the week after Valentine's Day in 2021, you can get a refund. So, nothing holding you back. Make a bid now for that condo, $550, and you'll be in the lead, and take it away from Marcy. But if Marcy gets it, I will be truly happy, because Marcy is a wonderful human being. I wanted to show you guys, this is a secretary for Books and Bricks in Kenya. And we have a little video about her. And the audio is not great. There are subtitles, thanks to Janet for helping me with that. And Michael, if you're watching, thank you for doing the interviews in Kenya. The folks over there did a wonderful job of getting me these videos, thanks to the internet. Before that, of course, we never would have seen this sort of thing. This is somebody on the ground helping Books and Bricks.
A secretary of LC King Secondary School. As I work here, it will help our students to access some revision and do some research.
Okay, that's good. And also, as a part of the Utrini community, how do you help the students to remain focused and ready for class in general?
As a worker, I have some relatives in your home. I do help them to do some revision during this time and give them some more.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. And what are your final remarks?
I just thank the Bricks and Books for visiting our school and tell them God bless them.
I'm coming back. Hold on, I'm here. Whew, there we go. Okay, I am back. So more donations have been flowing in. I will have a new total for you at the next break here. Let's see. Claire and Josh M, $46, maybe $45, whatever it is. I see $46.24. So thank you to Claire and Josh. Allie, $100. Carol L is a sustainer. Thank you very much, Carol L. Janet loves the sustainer. So what you do is you go to the website and make it a reoccurring donation. The suggestion is $25, but whatever you can afford. If it's $5, if it's $45,000. Get us to our goal. And if you want me to stop the broadcast right now, just donate $50,000 and I will end the broadcast and we will all be done and you don't have to watch me anymore. because I have to take my $5,000 cut, which, normally I'd take $5,100, but because it's Books and Bricks, I say, you know what, I'll do this for $5,000, and I'm happy. Kitty and Carl P, $125. The Frankensteins, $25. Sharon P, the money's flowing in. Thank you guys, 112 funny. 112 funny. I don't know what that is. I'm losing it, people. I've talked for an hour and 22 minutes nonstop. Sharon P, 112 US dollars. The Perrines family. If it's the Perrines family, I apologize. Whatever it is, they're good people. $112. Perrines family or Perrines family. If you're in the chat room and I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. I'm guessing it's the Perrines family, but thank you so much. Tim and Hype T. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, it's HIEP. Let me know in the chat room. If you are on YouTube, just shoot it through and it'll come in the chat. If you're on your phone and you can't see a chat window, you can watch it on the PC. But I do want to get people's names right, so I do apologize. But the important part is you're donating, and that helps the kids, and boy, do we appreciate that. Richard and Julia W., $50. Janice J., $50. Thank you. Cassell. Whoa, I want to get this name right, because look at this donation. Cassell, if that is correct, I hope that it is. One way or another, $566.79 is the total that I see. With or without fees, that is amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Rich, this might be the Rich that we know. We call him Producer Rich. If this is Rich, I'm blown away here, sir. Rich donated $513.75. I'm going to show you guys a total. We just blew that total away. So this was the total before I started reading the names. Let's see. At Random just says shh in the chat room. Okay, am I too loud? Is that what's going on? Cliff Williams, my dad says, hey, you are doing this as a volunteer and are not being paid. Thanks, Kevin. Right, I am not being paid. But again, if you want to donate through Venmo, you can send that to me. I'll let you know. Rich, no one heard it. What am I missing from Rich? Is that, let's see, I'm going back in the chat room here. Sorry, that moves your chat room. Give me a second here, guys, because I do want to, if I'm, oh, Rich, I am so sorry. He said, please keep my amount confidential. You know what we can do? We can go back and delete it. Rich, trust me, nobody's watching this. So your amount is completely confidential. Oh, you know what, guys? I apologize. I misread Rich's donation. He, in fact, donated a double animal style from In-N-Out to me. The amount that I read belonged to somebody else named Guy Cell Phone Microphone. That's who that was. So thank you so much, Rich, for my double animal style. I would like that with no pickles and no lettuce. Thank you. So I guess Rich is right. He once spoiled hockey scores for me, so I owe it to him. I am not a professional. No, because I don't. There should be on our donations page, and this is something for Janet or whoever's in charge of that sort of thing. There should be, please keep my donation anonymous. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can do that tonight. I don't know that there is. Okay, if there is, Janet or somebody send me a message and then I'll know. Just shoot me a text. Going back here, this was our total a couple of minutes ago. Let me bring it in. Here we go. I'm going to update the bar above me. This is going to happen in real time. And 3, 2, 1. Coming. 40%. We've hit 40%. 2 bell rings because we've actually gone above that. So you guys are making me do even more work. So I will do that while you guys watch another video from my dad. This was supposed to be his first video, but then I got started thinking about my mom. So I played the Donna Riley Williams video. So again, if you want to donate specifically to in my mother's name, for whatever reason, go to the donate page, booksandbricks.org donate, and then the first option there is the Donna Riley Williams Memorial Fund, and I memorial her. This is my dad, not talking about my mom.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cliff Williams. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of Books and Bricks Global. I first met Janet and Mike at St. John's Episcopal Church back in about 2012, and at that time became familiar with Books and Bricks Global and started to contribute funds to their program. The initial interest that I had was the fact that we as a family had worked and lived in 2 African countries. It was primarily on water supply projects in rural areas. With that particular work, I got to know some teachers and in particular high school students in the rural areas, as it was the high school and the students that really started the rural water supply programs going, as they would dig the trenches for the water supply lines. I would meet a number of them out in the field and find them to be very enthusiastic about what they were doing and about learning, and also enthusiastic about the growth of their community. I also was able to help 8 students from Swaziland, which is the first country we were in, get into universities in engineering in North America. It really was very touching to see the commitment that these students had, and I believe that the work we are doing by sponsoring, providing scholarships to schools and supporting the teachers will be very, very beneficial to the people, especially in the rural area in Kenya. Thank you all for your great generosity, and thank you for watching.
That is my dad. And the system went down on me as it happened. I think that you guys saw everything, and it looked like the screen was blank to me, so I said, I'm coming, and I was coming back, and I didn't need to. Apparently, the feed went through with my dad, so I hope that worked for you guys. It looked like it did. And again, I'm a professional. Guys, I have a new total for you, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to find another donor off this list. Okay, I see I have a mission here. Let's see if our friend Ken Duval answers. Let me go here. And here he is. Okay, so Janet gave me these numbers. These folks don't know that I'm calling unless Janet has told them that I am. So Ken, if you're watching, you're about to get a phone call. Let's find out. Turn your volume down if I'm calling you.
This is Ken.
Hey Ken, this is Kevin with Books and Bricks. Are you watching the live stream right now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, you're live on the air right now, and Janet wanted me to give you a call and just thank you for all that you do for the organization.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have to go. Okay, well, thank you for your time. Have a good night. That's someone not watching the broadcast. It is. I'll tell you what blows me away. The number of the people right now on this planet not watching this broadcast, you would be amazed. It's at least 20, 30,000. It really is. Here's what Janet wanted me to tell you about Ken. Ken, he went on a mission trip over there, and he taught geometry in Kenya with no school supplies. He just went over there, apparently, and taught them geometry. And again, if I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. But Ken's not watching, so he's not going to know that I got it wrong. I could say all sorts of things about all sorts of people not watching the broadcast. And as far as you know, I'm absolutely correct. Also, Ken, he invented that marshmallow, the marshmallow thing that you spread, the spreadable marshmallow. Ken did that. Good job, Ken. Let's get right back to the broadcast. We are about to have a fundraising bar go forward. And let's see. Becky and Chuck Cox are going to get a phone call as well. So Becky or Chuck, if you're watching, answer your phone in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, we were at 40%, I think, at the last check. And we are now at 47%. We're almost halfway there, guys. If we can get to 50%, I will be thrilled. Again, we had no idea what was going to happen with this telethon. We really didn't. We didn't know what to expect. It is always much easier, obviously, to get people to donate if you're giving them dinner. And it's a good dinner, cooked by Rick. And we can't do that this year. And of course, a lot of charities are suffering because so many people have lost their jobs. So many people are worried about the future. I get that. And so if you're in that situation and you can't donate this year, God bless you. We all completely understand that. We will see you again next year, and hopefully we will see you at that dinner. And I am going to try to make it to that dinner next year. I think I'm going to put this on my calendar because I see so many wonderful people care about this cause. I think I have another video to show you. But meanwhile, let's just check in. Marcy is still winning on the bid. Marcy is one of the few people on the planet that are actually benefiting because of the coronavirus. Normally, there would be a bidding war going on for that property. But because of coronavirus, people are like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go. And so Marcy right now, sitting with $500 for her bid, is in good shape. But I would love it if somebody outbid her. Not because I don't like Marcy, I just don't like Maurice. She lives with a guy named Maurice, I hear. There's a story behind that, but nobody wants to hear it right now. Let's see. Stephanie B says, my hubby and I my hubby and I wouldn't have even known about this if it wasn't for you, Kevin. Well, I appreciate that. For those of you watching, I do some internet broadcasting and stuff like that. I do live streams. That's why they thought of me when they decided to do this. And I do have some what we call the Kevinly family who come along. If you just joining us, my name is Kevin Williams. On Twitter, I'm at KevinlyFather. And that's why we got. And Marcy says, hey, stop that nonsense. So this is cool that we can actually communicate with the people out there in real time. Technology can be wonderful. So I just want to check up on the chat room here because it looks like you guys are chatting up a storm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find a video to play here while we do that. I think we're right on schedule here. I'm about done with most of the videos. But I did, if you joined us late, I wanted to play again for you because I'm completely biased. The best video. This is my dad talking about my mother and her specific fund within booksandbricks.org. So it's not a competition. But I'd love it if my mother's fund got a ton of donations today. And I'd love to get above that 50% mark. So if you haven't donated yet, now is the time. We're rounding the curve here, so to speak. We just got a couple of donations, and we're going to get to those. But first, I'm going to update things. I'm going to get a total here. Thank you. Allie just sent me a total. Thank you very much, Allie. I'm going to put that total in while you watch the video. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Again, let me tell you a little bit more about my mother. And these are just things that I remember about her because, I was just a kid. That's the way it works with mothers, as it turns out. She was raised in a time where women became housewives. And right away, my dad realized that she wasn't going to settle for that. She was going to have some kids, and she was going to get out there in the workforce. So, like he said, and you'll see in the video, there was no kindergarten when we lived in Whitehorse in the Yukon Territories in the early 70s. She started a kindergarten. And then she decided she was going to go through a seminary. So she got, and this is all chronologically out of order because, again, I was a kid. She got everything that you need to be a priest. Well, the Catholic Church doesn't have priests. So she became a Lutheran minister. And the picture that you see of her in the video coming up is her serving the Eucharist. That picture was on the front page of the Catholic Reporter and caused quite a stir. Because she's a former Catholic who became a Lutheran because they wouldn't let her be a priest. So she was a woman of great faith, and twice we moved to Africa. My dad being a civil engineer finding water sources, as he said in one of his other videos. And also they would just set up charities. That's what they would do. They would go over there and find ways to help people. She really was an incredible woman. She was a feminist before that was a thing. She believed that men and women could be equal. And in many ways, she was superior to just about anybody else I know. And that's not biased. That's actual. I took a vote. Throughout her life, my mother was about serving other people. And we were more than lucky to have her in our life as long as we did. This is my mom.
Hello, everybody. My name's Cliff Williams. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of Books and Bricks Global. Welcome to our fundraiser. I'd like to talk about one of the fundraising elements we have, and that's the Reverend Donna Riley Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund. This is a picture of Donna. She's an ordained Lutheran minister. She passed away in 2015, and as a family, we came together and started up the fund, as prior to that time, we had been donating money to Books and Bricks Global. Teaching actually is one of Donna's main interests throughout her life. It's actually in her DNA, as both her parents were teachers, and in fact, her mother, during 1939 and 41, was teaching at a missionary school in Trinidad, just at the start and breakout of the Second World War. We traveled around a lot with my work, and every place we went, Donna took the opportunity to do some teaching. One example is when we lived up in the Yukon Territory. During the cold winters, we had to deal with, in particular, our two young sons, one of which is your host right now, Kevin. At the ages of 2 and 4, the winters were long, so she started up a nursery school in our neighborhood and ran it for 3 years, taking in around 20 students each time. Teaching was really part of her DNA. When we spent time in Africa, working there, Donna volunteered as a missionary volunteer, helping teach in some of the classrooms. And I remember her commenting on how the children would raise their hands and snap their fingers when she'd ask questions, as they would want to be called upon. Also, she did some teaching of the women in the squatter areas around the capital city. One of the focuses that we have within that fund is providing scholarships for teacher college students. As if you've read some of the information that has been put out by Books and Bricks Global, a lot of the focus is on providing teachers in the rural communities. So we do that in our particular fund program by focusing in on the scholarships for the students. So thank you very much for listening, and please be generous. Thank you.
I have a new total for you. I'm going to walk you through how to donate specifically in my mom's name. I have checked on the PayPal link on the site, and it looks like it's working. So if you are having trouble doing that, if you are out of the country, if you're out of the United States, and you're having trouble donating through the PayPal, let someone in the chat room know. People have been messaging me from the chat room. There are people that I know in real life on the chat room, and they can get a hold of me, and we'll figure out something. So I just got a message. Stephanie in the chat room said her husband was giving $250. So thank you so much, Stephanie. I have a new total. That's going to bump the total up by 1%. So tell your hubby he's just thrown the whole thing off. I had a system going here. But you know what? I appreciate it. It is fantastic. Let's see. Okay, so it works, but it doesn't let you specify where to send the money. Interesting. Oh, you mean in terms of the different funds? Okay. I don't know if that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying, Rich? That you don't get to choose into which fund the money goes? Okay. If you're donating PayPal, it just goes into the general fund. You cannot pick the Donna Riley Williams Memorial Fund. That's through PayPal, and that's fine. But if you want to be a really good person, you're going to go to the page. It all goes to the general fund, and even the money from the Donna Riley Williams goes to the general fund. And I don't know. I'll say that. I don't know. But if you want to donate to the Donna Riley Williams Memorial Fund, I'll show you how to do it. And there are some other funds as well. So you can donate to those funds specifically. This is the website booksandbricks.org, and you can put in the /donate or just go to the main site and there'll be a donate button up at the top. Once you click that donate button, you can donate online by clicking the red button, or you can donate through PayPal. And again, if you're outside the country, use the PayPal link. It will go to the correct fund. You can click the donate online now button, and if you do that, it will go to a number of different funds. The very first choice there is the Reverend Donna Riley Williams Memorial Scholarship Fund. So if you put in, let's say, $25 million there, oh, we can't. Yeah, we can. That's $25 million. And then hit send, then it goes. But there is also the general fund. Those funds just use wherever. The scholarship fund, those funds, of course, are used specifically for scholarship. There's the education and school supplies. So if you want to provide books, if that's your thing, you can do that. And the school buildings, the library fund, because they are building libraries. They've already built one. They're building another. There's pictures when we do, you can see in the background behind me, the montage has pictures of people carrying rocks, and it has pictures of water being transported, and then pictures of the library itself. I'm going to bring me back on here so you can see that montage. Here I come. There I am. So we have an updated total. Let's see. Peanut butter and mayo is a thing. Everything in mayo is a thing. This is kind of cool. You know who invented mayo? Ken. I'm going to check, before I give you the total, I'm going to check one more time, make sure. I know I said I was going to call someone, and just in case they're watching, I hope they are West Coast. Okay, so Becky and Chuck Cox. I'm going to give you a call right now, and I hope you're watching, and I hope you answer, because these good people watching, they're starving for entertainment at this point. Every time I look at a phone number, I want to read it out loud, but I don't think that would be appropriate, so I'm not going to. But if you want to get in touch with Becky and Chuck Cox, come to the dinner next year. Let's see what's going on. See if they answer. Two ringy dingies. They're probably out at a movie.
Hello?
Hi, is this Becky?
Who's calling?
This is Kevin. I'm doing the Books and Bricks Global Telethon right now, and Janet wanted me to give you guys a call and just ask. Right now, you're being broadcast on the live stream, and we're just calling some of the donors who've done wonderful things, and we're just saying thank you. Apparently, you are funding a student in their second year at a university in Kenya?
Yes. Yes, her name is Zambi Solomon, and she is not going to school right now because of the COVID problem.
Sure.
But she's due to start again in January, and we're supporting her.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful. And I know that Janet wanted me to give you guys a call to let people know out there that just like my family, we sponsored a girl who eventually became a woman teacher named Eunice. You get to, it's almost like you're holding someone's hand through their education. Do you have communication with her as she's going through?
Well, we go back and forth a little bit. She's not really good about writing to us, but we have communicated, yeah.
Yeah, she's busy right now. Do you know, is she able right now, is she doing any schooling over there, or do they have her working remotely?
No, she is not as far as I know. She's at home.
Well, this has certainly affected all of us. And of course, normally, I don't know, do you guys usually come to the dinner in October that we normally have?
We have,
Yeah, I mean, I know I would prefer to be there eating with you and having this conversation
that would be for sure.
face to face. So hopefully next year we'll make that happen.
That would be wonderful. I hope so too. It's a crazy time.
Well, everybody watching and Janet wanted me to reach out to you and say thank you so much for all that you do. You guys have a wonderful night.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Oh, I cut her off at the end there, but she's not watching, so don't tell her. I think she was about to say best of luck. I just hung up on her. Becky and Chuck Cox sponsoring now a student who's in their second year of university. And as I said early in the broadcast, what Books and Bricks Global likes to do is if you get through high school, they want to make sure that you can get through university. And that's one of the goals that they have. Only 12 minutes left in the broadcast. Wow. 11 now. Let's take a look at the new total, and we'll see if we can add to it before the broadcast is done. If you've been waiting to get your piece in, now's the time. And if you've been waiting to outbid Marcy on that condo, now would be a perfect time because we are ticking down to the end. We were at 47% of $45,000. That is the yearly budget goal. We came into this not knowing what was going to happen. My guess was like 25%. Let's get the new total. Up. 61%. Hold on. I'm getting the bell. Good work, everybody. 61%. We can get higher than that. In fact, we already have. Factoring in the last donation that we got. Give me a second. I'm going to tell you what it is. Factoring the last donation that we got, we are actually at 62%. Joanna G, that's I believe that's probably producer Joanna, another $100. So that sits us at 63%, right in that territory there. So I'll try and get an updated total on that before things end here. Let's see. Okay. All right, Donna. Okay, so the Donna. I should know this because it's my mom. The Donna Riley Williams Memorial Fund is a separate fund than the general fund. So if you want to donate there, that fund does other things that I'm sure my mother had a hand in, because that's what my mother did. Had a hand in things. She published several books that are still used in universities today. Yeah, I don't know where that money goes. I know that none of it goes to me. Let's see. So we are winding down the broadcast right now. I see my brother David is on there, and Cliff Williams Let's see. His grandson Carter, he sounds familiar, just pledged $100. Thank you very much, Carter. So he will match that for a total of $200. So thank you, Carter, and thank you, Carter, for being a good boy, and thank you, Cliff, for being a good dad. Both of you. Boy. And oh yeah, did you want that to be confidential, Joanna? I should ask everybody once I see the donations come in whether they want that announced or not. We really should have a method for doing that. Some people like to get called out and some people do not. So we are hitting officially now. We are at 62%. We'll see if we can get a little bit higher. We have 8 minutes left in the broadcast. It's time to interact with the chat. I'm just going to check and see if I've missed anybody on the calls. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to give a shout out to Sharon Parker for being the first person to donate this fundraising season. So thank you, Sharon Parker. Thank you, everyone who's been donating on a regular basis. Thank you, anyone who's still hanging around on the broadcast and has been listening to me for the last 2 hours. We appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who's made that 62% or higher possible. I'm just waiting on any last minute bids to come in. Thank you very much to Allie for doing all the work that she's done, putting all these totals together. She's the one who's been texting me all the totals. So thank you, Sharon Parker, for being the first. Speaking of, so the people who watch my broadcast, they have a thing. They want to be the first one into the broadcast. It's an internet thing. The kids. So the millennials who watch me, they're always typing first. So Sharon, if you're watching, that's a big deal, being first. There's a lot of people in that chat room over there that are very impressed with you, Sharon, ahead of the game. Again, if you'd like to become a reoccurring contributor, then sustainable partnerships is what we are looking for, where it's a certain number per month. The goal is $25. I don't think we should leave the broadcast without thanking Janet and Mike again for all the work that they do. Janet has been communicating with me as we've been going here. Again, Stephanie and her husband are donating $250. I see you said that in the chat room. Thank you. I've missed calls from Amy Blake. Guys, help me out. Did we try and call Amy and we couldn't get a hold of her? Amy, I think that was the case. I don't know if Amy, if you're out there and you'd like to talk on the phone with us, then please, if you're watching, jump in the chat room. Sometimes people get a phone call and then they're like, oh, hey, I should call that number back. I don't know if Amy is like that or if she's not. I just block everybody. I don't want to talk on the phone. Us millennials hate talking on the phone. It's totally lit. So, if you're out there, Amy, and you do, if you weren't just curious who was calling you, but you'd like to have a conversation, we would like to talk to you beyond just saying thank you very much, Amy, for being an amazing donor. Photo and video credits, Janet told me about. Michael and Machakos University, Kenya, Books and Bricks Scholar. Oh, so that's Michael. That's the voice that you heard doing those interviews. One more time, I'm just going to make sure that I didn't miss any of the interviews. I have them all loaded up here, and I'm just double checking in my mind to make sure that you got shown everything. There are 5 more minutes to outbid Marcy on the Pono Kai experience. That's staying at the Pono Kai in Kapa'a, Hawaii, on Kauai. Right now, the bid is $500. If you can't go because of COVID, right now you're allowed to go. All you have to do is get tested before you go, and the state of Hawaii, starting October 15th, will let you go. If you cannot go the week before Valentine's Day week, or the week after Valentine's Day, you can get a refund if you outbid Marcy. I'm kind of rooting for Marcy because she's a wonderful human being. But let's show you the Pono Kai one more time. Maybe that will get you on the bidding block. The address for sending in your bid will be at the top of the screen. Hold on, guys. I'm still here. I'm just doing some math in the background here. We just got a bunch more donations. And we bumped up a little bit more. You know what? I'm just going to come back here and I will tell you the total. We were at 61%. We just got a couple of donations from Denise H. Thank you so much, Denise H. You are wonderful. Tom M. Just put in a donation. I'm not going to tell the amounts because I don't know who's anonymous and who's not. But you've all done amazing things. And our friend Andy K. over in Europe watching. God, it's got to be like 3 a.m. over there, Andy. He stayed up to help donate as well. We have now officially made it to 63%. So I'm pushing that up a little bit. So 63%, you guys are wonderful. So we've almost made it to 2/3 of the way, which, considering that we couldn't have the dinner this year, is just amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for this. I have some more thank yous to give. So thank you to Michael in Kenya. Thank you to, I hope I get this name right, Kevin Williams. And Kimi Maruyama. I hope I got that right, at Mountain Photography in Seattle. So some of the video that you saw, I believe, was Kimi, as well as some of photography. I think that shot right there might be Kimi. Kate McCormick, Amy Strill or Streel. Oh, sorry, Amber. I got the easy name wrong. I'm about done, folks. I got 1 minute left in the broadcast. Amber, we love you, and thank you for all that you do. Not Amy, if you're out there too. Amy Blake, we love you if you're watching. Let me check the chat room. Did anybody see Amy in the chat room? Amy, if you are trying to get through, go ahead and call me back right now, and we will get you on the air. I will not end the broadcast if you call me right now. Julius, Books and Brick Scholar, thanks for your help putting this together. Elijah, also Books and Brick Scholar, thank you for putting this together. Janet mentioned him in her video. I wonder who this could be. Hello, Amy.
Hi, this is Ann Blake.
Oh, Ann Blake. I read Amy on the screen. Sorry, Ann Blake. Yes. Yeah, are you watching the broadcast right now?
This is actually Ann.
Yes, Ann Blake. Yes.
I know, it's okay.
Okay, you are. I hear myself in the background. Are you able to turn the volume down?
Yes. I'm watching every second of it.
Oh, fantastic. I apologize if I shocked you by calling earlier. Janet said to give everybody a call. And she's got you down on a list of donors to specifically call and say thank you for what you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit, if you want to brag about your involvement with Books and Bricks, tell us all what a wonderful, amazing person you are.
So I have been donating for quite some time. The young woman that you saw on a few minutes ago, Faith, is the person that I had helped put through college, and I'm helping put through Rhoda right now. And I'm a sustaining member, and I give $150 a month, which is college tuition, and that's my latte budget. So that works very easily for me. And I'm a sustaining member and a member of the board. Thanks, Kevin, for doing this. It's been a pleasure, and thank you so much. Yay, Books and Bricks.
Yes, we've almost got 2/3 of what we try and get with the dinner. So, I mean, I think we've done an amazing job. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Faith right now. I'm going to turn her volume off. So Faith was one of the people that you sponsored, and Faith, she's now a teacher. Is that correct? I'm hearing feedback of my own voice coming through here. Are you still with us, Ann?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, great. So Faith became a teacher eventually. Did I get that correct?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yes.
That is amazing, and I love that you take that latte money and give it to the kids, because it's certainly better than giving it to a giant corporation, and probably you're a lot healthier for it.
Teacher as well. So it's a wonderful organization.
Oh, okay. Well, Ann, I know who you are. So I didn't realize this was the Ann on the board. So I really appreciate it. And to anybody else watching who wanted to become more involved, and you don't have to give a bunch of money to be in Books and Bricks.
No.
You can get involved in so many different ways, like Ann does. And you know what? I want to make sure that everybody knows we're not asking anyone else to give up their lattes, because Ann, we know you're superhuman for doing that. But there are so many ways, and just $5 makes such a big difference. I'm so glad that you were watching and that you called, Ann. I'm glad that you got in on the broadcast. We went a little bit overtime for you, and you have yourself a wonderful night. And thank you so much for all that you do for Books and Bricks.
Absolutely, Kevin. You too.
Thank you. Good night. What a great way to end the broadcast. Guys, let me just check one more time. I think we have our final total. Wow. I'm thrilled. I have been, I had no idea what was going to happen coming into this. So I'm really glad. Thank you to all the frequent donors. Thank you to everyone who is a sustainer. Thank you to, Janet for making this all possible. Thank you to, my dad for having me. I've enjoyed it. And I think I listed everybody who's on the thank you list now. I think I can let you guys go. Thank you all for sticking around. It is over 61. Tell you what, I'll make it official. Hold on. Give me a second here. I will process this, and we will end the broadcast with an official total. I will give it to you. Give me just 1 second to process it. This is multiple programs going on at the same time. And instead of playing another video right now, I'm going to keep you guys on hold while I just talk aimlessly, which is pretty much what I do. It's kind of my specialty. I'm going to load up the new fundraising bar. And let me browse and see if the new one is uploaded there. It's almost there. I'm going to give you guys a grand total in terms of the percentage of what we raised. I can actually give you a grand total of the amount as well. Okay, so I just got word there are a couple of other anonymous donors as well. So I'm not going to announce their names. I'm learning. Only took me 2 hours to figure that one out. So I hope this works. I did this on the fly, so I wasn't able to check it as a video was playing. I'm going to get the bell. Folks, I can't say enough how thrilled I am. Here is our grand total. 63%. That was really loud. Sorry for that. And I apologize for my loudness throughout the night. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Mostly. Hold on. Marcy, I want to Venmo you money to buy a Kapai. Now you guys are just having general chat talk. Take it off the air. Go, I don't know how I can leave the broadcast. I'm going to end the broadcast now, folks. So thank you and good night. And all of you chatters, go to somewhere else. Maybe I'll start up an after party. Should I start up an after party for you guys on the regular channel? That's what I'll do. I'll just start up a chat room for you guys on the regular channel. If you guys are just watching and have no idea what I'm talking about, if you go to youtube.com/KevinLeeFather and subscribe there, I do regular broadcasts all the time. I'm not trying to recruit anybody. I'm just saying if you want to continue chatting, I'm going to end this broadcast. You can go there. If these people want to talk amongst themselves, you're welcome to join. We welcome anybody to the Kevin Lee family, especially wonderful people like you. So youtube.com/KevinLeeFather. Before we go, I did want to mention we did have a broadcast on my birthday, August 13th, and I'm going to change the crawl down below. That's this thing that goes across that way. I get that wrong every time. These were all the good people who donated that day. And we raised more than $550 to send a girl to school in Kenya. Denoise H. D-Nice, $100. Hold on, it went back on me here. It's being choppy on us. It'll come back. I'll start with producer Rich, $50. Mari for $5 to make it for 20. Cousin Larry, $50. Greg, I have more. After this, Greg, 1111. Kim S, 40. Phyllis changed on me again here. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. So, Denoise, $100. Marcy, $50. Stephanie, $50. Mari, $20. I'm going to announce the winner of the auction in a second. Dr. Howard, $25. Julie B, $20. Joanna G, $50. Moderator Danielle, $50. Producer Rich, I got him already, and he doesn't like his name being announced. Greg, 1111. Kim S, 40. And I think I got everybody. Whitney T, 20. Lisa F, $5. Allison, and the other two just went away at the end there. So thank you very much to everybody who donated on my birthday. I do have a couple of more names that someone sent me earlier, so hold on for that. I don't want to forget anybody. Give me just a second here. And I just have to dig it up. Thank you very much, by the way, Allie, if you're still watching. Oh, we got more. Okay, so more. Janet, don't send me people who are anonymous, because then I'm like, I'll take time to read that. I can't say anything. So, what I'm saying is there's people out there donating anonymously, so if you run into a person on the street, be nice to them. They might have donated some money. Okay, total tonight to get us closer to the 45K. That's from Joanna G. Wait, did someone outbid? Hold on, I gotta announce that. I'm gonna make it official. Hold on, can I add the 550 to the total tonight to get us closer to 45K? If someone wants to bid, you have until 9/12 to bid. So at 9/12 we are closing the bidding. If that email is stamped after 9/12, you do not have it. Marcy Grover currently is the current leading bid at $500 for the Pono Kai. While we're waiting to see if anybody else bids, I'm going to look up because I got an email today with a couple of other bidders, and I want to get their name, not bidders, excuse me, donors. I want to get their names in as well. Give me a second. Okay, and my brother David donated $200. I think we mentioned that earlier in the. Okay, come on. I know that I received it, and it is. Here it is, right here. Okay. Denny and Heather Williams of Edmonton, Alberta, $100. Thank you very much. Those folks are family. Thank you very much for donating. Charlie and Gail Floyd, my godparents, $150 Canadian. So that is 28 cents US. I'm only saying that because my Aunt Gail would hate that. She worked for like the Bank of Canada for years. It's about $110 US. So thank you very much to Charlie and Gail, Uncle Charlie, Auntie Gail. Thank you very much to Denis and Heather Williams up in Edmonton. You guys are all wonderful. Thanks to Cliff Williams for relaying that information to me. It is now 9/11. Just waiting to see if there's any more bids. Right now, Marcy Grover has that condo week. And again, if you can't go because of COVID, what the heck, Marcy? You live in Hawaii. Marcy's like, because I've been trying to go to Hawaii for months. I cannot go. We've been quartered. On PayPal, it doesn't give me the option to donate to the Donna Williams option. That is correct, Babe. If you want to donate directly to the Donna Williams fund, let me know. Shoot me a DM, Babe, and we will make that happen. I'm sure. Or, you know what? Just let me know, and I will let Janet know, and I'm sure she can move money from... I don't know. It's a charity, so I don't want to mess with anything. We have a deadline. I'm going to look right now and see if Marcy is the winner of a week at the Pono Kai. Let me hit the refresh button. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. The winner of the condo, surprisingly, is Marcy Grover, $500. Just trying to add a little more suspense to that. Marcy, congratulations. Hopefully, I'll see you over in Hawaii sometime. We would love to go and visit. Talking about adding the $500 birthday money to the total. No, the $500 birthday money is already in that. So that the $500, $550 birthday money is already in that total, that 63%. We started with that money when we had 14% or whatever we started the night with. Guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop this broadcast on the Books and Bricks YouTube site. I will start up a broadcast on my regular channels. So thank you so much, guys. Again, we couldn't have a dinner this year. COVID took away our way to raise funds, and you people pulled it together. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much, everybody. Whew. I am going to end the broadcast. Again, my name is Kevin Williams. It has been a pleasure. And next year, I hope to see you at the dinner.